night, she reached out to me and other people as well, and they had this really good question of like, one, what's going on, because all these cryptos are like dropping like crazy. Is there a point to cryptocurrency? Is there true value in cryptocurrency?
Mm.
And I definitely want us to like turn the conversation there. And before I do so, let me just give you some statistics, because as we mentioned with all of the activity that was occurring with FTX, Bitcoin fell almost 11% and hit an all-time low of 16,000. Ethereum fell
Oh,
15%.
hold on, it's an all-time low.
Well, not an all-time low, but it's like
Yeah.
one of the lowest of lows since 2020 of November.
Okay.
So that like a new low. Ethereum fell over 15%. Solana fell over 40%. And the crypto market was just feeling the pain,
Out. I'm about to say down and out.
down and out. So it looks very negative from the outside looking in, especially if you don't really follow the stuff. They're
Yeah.
like the number two player of crypto exchanges fell down. You have all of these cyber attacks as well. Cryptocurrency keeps going up and down in price.
Yeah.
Like, is there a point to cryptocurrency? Like, is this valuable? And I want you to like kick us off, Derek. Yes or no?
Say, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. And the quick take today is going to give some further proof as to why. On top of what I'll say now, which is, at the end of the day, this is money innovation, right?
Hmm.
This is um, maybe at some point going to replace our cash, and if not replace our cash, is going to be definitely interwoven into our financial system, which it already is, if we're being honest, right? You watch any financial news, anything like that, they're looking at crypto, they're looking at how those prices are moving, they're following those trends as well. And this is, a matter of 10 years. I mean, it feels like the last couple years it's just been more and more just like everywhere, people pushing it. Um, but again, what we always preach on here is to not get too caught up into the day to day, the daily, into the rigmarole of the people who are gonna react to the extreme level every time something happens, right? The main thing that we want you guys to focus on is the technology, right? The underlying technology is what's important, and it's the reason crypto is here to stay. And crypto is not a scam, because that underlying technology solves a big issue within the financial system, right? Which is the double spend problem, which right now we have to go through a bank for us to get that validation, or for that payment to be settled, for them to say, okay, this is the amount they had, this is the amount they gave, this is the new amount that each party has, right? With crypto, it takes out that middleman, which is huge, because it makes um, peer-to-peer lending, or peer-to-peer transactions 10 times easier, right? We're taking out the middleman and replacing it with technology. So my very long-winded answer is crypto is here to stay. Crypto is now a part of the financial system. Make sure, like Mamadou said, make sure you're doing your research. We're giving you all the game on what you need to look for in a research on the back end side, right? And then you go talk to a financial advisor, and they'll make it make sense when it comes to the actual numbers, and kind of charting out some of those financial history points that we don't have expertise, and I'm sure some of the listeners, you won't have the expertise, but you can sit there and have a very good, thoughtful conversation of like, these are the companies that I'm looking at, and this is how I want to invest. So yeah, very long-winded answer. What you think, Mom? Do you think this crypto thing a scam?
No, not at all. Because as you mentioned, the real power of crypto, NFTs, everything else is the underlying technology of the blockchain. Because with blockchain technology, instead of traditionally where one organization would have their own central database with all the data and keep those secrets to themselves, the blockchain is a network that is public to all. And like you said, it verifies transactions, it verifies data, it verifies ownership. Like it is like one of the most transparent forms of technology that we've seen thus far. And so that technology is what really makes cryptocurrency valuable. Once again,
Mm,
I'm always going to say this: the way in which we analyze crypto networks is have to do it as we do with like stocks, real estate, businesses, any asset class, right? Like you have to do your own research. This is a time, especially like in a recessionary time, like companies who just have bad business models are gonna go under, as we're seeing this year. Companies that don't have good security infrastructure is gonna be going bad as well.
yeah,
And the cryptocurrencies that really have no intrinsic value and like no plan for adoption, like, and no one's really checking out for them, they're not going to do well
they going underwater.
underwater because there's thousands of different cryptocurrencies out there. I've
Hmm.
seen all types of crypto. I even seen no, I'm not even joking. I literally saw a red pill crypto for
I
like the
thought you,
whole.
yeah, a coon crypto or something. I was about to say, oh, here we go, here we
No,
go.
no, but I saw the red pill, for the red pill community. Like realistically, I don't think that's gonna like take off for real. But there's all types of crypto for all types of communities, like
Yeah,
all over the world. You
yeah,
need to look at the ones that have the strongest chances of longevity, right? Like shout out to Cardano, they have a plan. Shout out to Ethereum, they have a plan. Bitcoin's the biggest, they're the top dog, right? You need to, when it
Lana.
comes to crypto, you really need to look at it. You really have to do your own research. So I'll say it's here to stay, but like the losers, like the ones that just have no value and low plan for adoption, they're gonna go to the wayside. So you gotta really protect yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's it all makes sense, man. Like you said, some of these cryptos are scams, though. I will
Oh,
say,
big facts. Like
but
remember the Squid Game token, the Squid
uh,
Game crypto?
man, man,
That was a
it's
straight scam.
it's crazy, man. I felt like for a minute it was every day, just like with NFTs too, right? Like NFTs, certain ones gonna be good, certain ones is gonna be pyramid schemes, it's gonna be scams, it's gonna be, like you're sitting here, basically you gotta get somebody into like your NFT community, buy into this NFT thing. Like, come on now, come on now. So, like you said, that intrinsic value is really important when we're talking about shoot, not just crypto, whatever, right? Whatever you're doing.
Facts, big
Uh,
facts.
if you're what Mom likes to say, lead with value. If you're leading with value, then there is it's going to be a lot tougher for somebody to come through and just pull the rug on what you got going on, or what you're invested in, if you will, right?
Absolutely.
And so just make sure that that value is there, make sure that they're leading with value, make sure that if you're putting something out there, you're leading with value, you're bringing value to the people that you're serving to bring that value, right? We saw with FTX, um, the value from that went as far financial, so the money stand within, right? And as soon as that value started to decrease, as soon as other players and man, that's a crazy situation. Anyway, as soon as we saw what they hold value for that exchange, as soon as that started to dwindle, there was no value left, right? It really wasn't that intrinsic for them. Versus, with an Ethereum, right? They're building an ecosystem where it's not just based off of the value of just Ethereum and what they do, but it's based on the value of the ecosystem that they've built around it, right? What gives cash its value? It's the government, right? It's the ecosystem that the government supports. And so I think that's big, a big thing to look at is big for you to understand with crypto. You have these major players like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, like Solana, like Cardano, like XRP, or Ripple. They're building an ecosystem, and they have some ethos that they're building their company around that really gives you that nod, like, okay, hey, this is what you should be looking at. Even the Polygon, I mean, we love our Polygon over here. But I digress. I digress.
Yeah.
I digress.
So with that, man, I think the people are interested in your quick take because
Okay.
you have some proof of why cryptocurrency is still
So,
valuable.
do y'all want the quick take? Do you want it? Do you really want it?
Let them
Well,
hear
look,
it.
like, comment, subscribe, and please share with your people. Please share with your people. Don't be stingy.
Right,
Don't
don't
be.
be stingy. We're available on YouTube. We're available on audio as well on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So
Yep.
hey, show love on the YouTube. Subscribe, please. Show love on those audio platforms as well. Share with your loved ones because we want the entire culture to get this knowledge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.